I am Ashish Agrawal from School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, and today I am going to cover the topic just in time. This topic is related to your course Inventory and Resource Management of ET 581B, and this is concerned with Unit 1 of Block 1. The topic or the course topic is inventory, but in that, if you are not concerned how to minimize the wastage, then you are going to hold up a huge capital in the inventory which is unutilized. So I am going to cover this topic just in time, because this topic is not only relevant to engineering or civil engineering student of this bachelor in construction management, but it is also useful to every learner or every citizen of India. You will get these learning outcomes that after this session you will be able to learn about what is just-in-time philosophy. Means, what are the logics behind developing this philosophy? Identify the characteristics of JIT system. What is JIT system and what are the different characteristics that are included or that are govern the JIT system. Make an analysis of inventory problem and understand the Kanban system. Kanban system is a very important system which is included in the JIT system, and also to explain the importance of JIT in business and engineering. Now this is the traditional production system. You have an input, and input can be transformed into the output. These green lines are the information which are receiving or the feedback receiving from the output side, while the orange line are the yellow line are the production flow line or the material flow line. Now the production system is defined as transformation process of input such as material, machine, labor, capital and management into outputs. What are the outputs? Outputs may be goods or services, and the transformation should be in an efficient manner. Now, what do you understand by the efficient manner? Efficient manner means the end customer should get the product of right quality with cost effectiveness and prompt delivery. Right quality means whatever the quality is defined, that should be confirmed by the product. With cost effectiveness means the price given by the customer should be cost effective. Similarly, the prompt delivery. Whenever the customer is desiring the product, he should get it. Otherwise, he is not going to wait. Now, what are the traditional way of handling the customer demand in an efficient manner? Now, in the previous, the companies keep the large inventory for meeting the uncertainty. If they believe that they have a large inventory, they can easily meet the uncertainty. Huge workforce. If somebody is not working, then they will allow somebody else to work. So they keep a huge workforce so that there should not be any uncertainty about the workforce. Then large number of suppliers. The idea the logic they give that if they have a number of suppliers, then they can allocate a small number of quantities to each supplier. Suppose some supplier is not giving the product of right quality, then they will go switch over to the next supplier. Then demand forecasting. Whatever be the demand, that will be forecasted and that will be manufactured, that will be produced. Then they believe in the push system. Push system is they will make the product, they will put in the market, and customer has to buy it. Now the traditional way of handling the uncertainty. This boat is a production line. The production line will be smooth if you have excess inventory to deal such type of rocks, such like scrap, work in process, rework, untrained, delay, unstable demand, unreliable vendors, lot of rejections, inaccurate quantity or quality, machine breakdown, low productivity. So these are the some of the rocks which can produce hurdle in the production line. But production line will be smooth if you are keeping the excess inventory. If excess inventory is there, then this rock is not going to hamper the production line. Production line will go on smoothly. But suppose you are reducing the inventory. Now what will happen? These all problems will come into picture and the production line or the boat will not sail smoothly. So what are the different objectives? Either you add more inventory or you keep more inventory to deal with these type of problems, or what you can do, you can remove the rocks itself. If you are removing the rocks, then definitely you can sail the boat of the production smoothly at the much reduced level of inventory. And once you are able to remove the rocks, that means you are heading towards the just in time. If you are able to remove some of the rocks, just like scrap, excess inventory or low productivity, wastage, then you are moving ahead towards the JIT. Now what are the benefits of reduced inventory? If you are reducing the inventory, then you are saving the space for warehouses. You can store more products instead of only one product of large quantity. Then the second most is the most important, that is no tie of money in the ideal inventory leads to saving in work capital outlay of the firms. What is this? That if suppose you are making the products of 1 month and you 10 products you are making daily. So in this you can keep the inventory of 10 into 31, that is 310 products each day. But if you are going towards the JIT philosophy, then you can go for one day inventory. Even Maruti and other Hero Honda, they are going for one day inventory. Means after each 1 hour they order for the next hour inventory. So in this way they are keeping the very little money held up for the inventory. So what is the philosophy of just in time? A philosophy of manufacturing based on planned elimination of all waste and continuous improvement of productivity. JIT philosophy encompasses the successful execution of all manufacturing activities required to produce a final product from design engineering to delivery, and including all stages of conversion from raw material onward. Therefore, if we go to the historical definition of JIT, so we can say that JIT is a manufacturing philosophy which aims at having the right product at precise right time and in the right quantity go to the assembly. Now what is the ultimate of JIT? Ultimate of aim of JIT is to concentrate on lot less. Lot less means there should not be more than one lot of a product waiting for manufacturing or production. Repetitive manufacturing with only one unit of work in process inventory and no stock of finished good inventory. Now what is the purpose of JIT? The purpose of JIT is to produce and deliver finished goods just in time to be sold, sub-assembly just in time to be assembled into finished goods, fabricated parts just in time to go into final assembly, and purchase material just in time to be transformed into fabricated parts. What does it mean? That suppose you have a product which has 3 components. So if a part is going to assemble with B and B is going to assemble with the C part, and the final product is D, and A plus B plus C makes the product D. So it should not be the practice that A should wait at assembly for the arrival of B and C. All the products A, B and C should reach at the same time, so that there should be no waiting time for A, either A or for B or for C. That is why we have written that each product should be manufactured and should be assembled just in time. Now, JIT believed to be a path which follows a continuous improvement. Means, what is continuous improvement? Either in the area of shorter lead time, means you can't change the lead time in a one day. So therefore, you first reduce lead time and observe its effect, and then you can reduce further. Then better price and delivery performance, reduction of waste, and improvement in quality. With this pursuit of continuous improvement, if a company is following, then a company can claim that he is moving towards JIT or adopting the JIT philosophy. I will just explain how the JIT is developed. It was basically a person called Teiichi Ohno, and the Toyota Motor Company, you must be aware of this company, and in 1970 they developed this concept. Why they have developed? Because there was a lack of space, lack of natural resources. So the Japanese have developed a version for waste of any time. Scrap and rework are also treated as waste. So Japanese strive for the perfect quality. They are not going to put maximum number of scrap. They will try to minimize the scrap, and they will also try not to do rework on any product. Anything which could not contribute a value is viewed as a waste. This is the most important philosophy for Japanese. If a person, if a product, if it is not contributing any value, then it is termed as a waste. Now, JIT philosophy says that utilization of full capacity of workforce, making workforce responsible for producing the quality products. What does it mean? That if a single person or a single hour of a person is unutilized, that is a waste. Therefore, whatever the workforce we have, skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled, but we have to utilize that skill fully to adhere with the JIT philosophy. Similarly, we have to make the responsible workforce that they should produce the quality product. If they are not producing the quality product, that means they are producing the waste. Now, what are the different objectives of JIT system? Objective of JIT system is to encourage the workforce to participate in the program relevant to work improvement, profit increase through cost reduction, inventory reduction, quality improvement. Now, what does it mean that how to encourage the workforce? Encouraging the workforce means you are encouraging the workforce to participate. Means because the worker is the best person who will tell, who is working on a machine, he can only tell that how can we reduce the scrap. He knows how to put idle time or how to make best use of the time. So, if the knowledge or the information he is gathering in himself, if the management is not capturing, that is the management fault. So therefore management should motivate the worker to participate or to that knowledge that person is having or the worker is having, that should be come out from the worker, and the management should know what is the right way of doing the things so that the productivity should enhance. Now, JIT philosophy is based on two criteria. First is stockless production, or we say zero inventory. Production and supply of only required number of parts when needed. This philosophy is called as the stockless production system. Second is self-actuation, or in Japanese name it is called the Zidoka. In case of, what is self-actuation? In case of unusual happening, stopping the production and calling for help in removing the cause of the trouble. That means that if suppose a worker is observing that there is some defect is going on or continuous defect is occurring in the product, he should immediately stop the production line. I will explain some terms which are used in the Japanese philosophy, and he should burn that light, and the maintenance people will come and sort out the problem. Now the JIT production system employs the pull system. There are two types of production system. One is called the pull system and another is called the push system. In JIT production system, the pull system is adopted instead of push system. Now what is push system? Push system focuses on the beginning of the production line, the schedule pushing work through operations from beginning to end, while pull system focuses on the end of the line and pulls the work through from preceding operation. Now what is different arms of JITs? First we will explain what is JIT. This is the elimination of all waste. This is a pull system throughout the plant, and it is basically a management philosophy, and it needs the top management commitment. It is not the lower management commitment, it is the top management commitment. If the top management is committed towards the JIT, then only JIT can be applicable. Now what does JIT do? JIT attacks on the waste. Waste in terms of time, waste in terms of inventory, waste in terms of scrap. It exposes the problem. By keeping the excess inventory, you are hiding the problems. But with the JIT, when the inventory is low, you are exposing the problem and the bottlenecks. Bottlenecks in terms of defects, parts, or any type of bottlenecks that is coming into the picture that is going to be removed in the JIT. It achieves the streamlined production. Now what is required in JIT? JIT requires employee participation, employee or the workers participation. Then a small lot size, total quantity control. There should not be any defective part, that is the total quality control. Then the basic of industrial engineering, work study and time motion study. What is the time taken by a product in manufacturing? What is assumed in the JIT? That the environment is stable. You are getting the stable number of products each time for making them. Commitment to quality means the whole environment in the factory is committed to the quality. We are going to reduce the waste of every type. Then involvement of at all level of organization means the organization or the management of organization is involved in each type. Now the different characteristics of JIT. Ideal lot size in JIT is 1 page. It aims at deriving all Q's towards the 0 in order to minimize inventory statement. It is going to shorten the production lead time and certain time and react faster to demand change. If there is change in the demand, then the JIT production line is reacting fast to that change. What are the different other things? It is a focused factory. Then JT manufacturing, GT, that is the group technology manufacturing system. In GT, what we do, we make the machine family and the component family. Then we associate the component to a particular machine family. This means that the product does not need to visit or to move throughout the factory. He has to, or that product needs to visit only those machine in the machine family only. Similarly, a second product will go to the second machine family. Third product will go to the third machine family. There may be interaction, but that will be sorted out with the help of scheduling problem. So JIT manufacturing system is a very important component of just-in-time philosophy. In group technology environment, we minimizes the movement time of the product. Similarly, comes the total productive maintenance. Now, what is the total productive maintenance? In total productive maintenance, we take care of each machine from the beginning. Whenever it is needed the maintenance, that machine must be provided the regular maintenance. There are some steps and the worker has to follow that. Suppose 2 months have passed, or suppose 100 products has been manufactured by that machine that needs the maintenance, that he should inform the maintenance people for. So there is a total preventive maintenance. because a one-day breakdown will hamper the whole just-in-time production system. Then comes the cross-trained worker. In just-in-time philosophy, the cross-trained worker has its own importance. There should not be any worker who is only specialized in one field. Means a worker should be specialized in multi-skill. If somebody is needed in other machine, then that worker can be put in 2 or 3 machines. So he should be able to concentrate on 2 or 3 machines. He should not say that I am only specialized in lathe machine, I cannot handle the drilling or lathe machine, drilling or milling machine. Similarly, there is a concept of uniform workload. Means each worker should not feel that he is overloaded. So therefore, there should be uniform workload distribution among the workers as well as among the machines. Then comes the use of Kanban system. Kanban system I will explain again in the detail. And finally comes the decentralization. That should not be any power centralization. There is a need of decentralization of power. The worker should himself be empowered to take decision of any time related to his product, and if he is watching some unusual thing in the factory, he should be authorized to convey this message to the management or to any person responsible for that. Now workers performs the required operation on the material or work part drawn from the preceding workstation at necessary time with the use of Kanban system. Now we will explain what is Kanban system. Kanban system is utilized in a full type of system. So what is Kanban system? In order to have a method of controlling the production, that is the flow of item in this new environment, the first Toyota introduced this system that is called the Kanban. Kanban is essentially information as well as what has to be done. Means information related to what has to be done. The information listed on the paper basically tells a worker what to do, which item to collect or which item to be produced. There are 2 types of Kanban system. First is called the withdrawal Kanban system and another is called the production ordering Kanban system. In withdrawal Kanban system, there is a detail of item which should be withdrawn from the preceding steps in the process. In a production ordering Kanban system, which details the item to be produced. Now this is example of a withdrawal system. Here the part number is mentioned, part name is mentioned, and what are the different other specifications are needed that should be given in this block. What are the preceding process and what is the subsequent process are mentioned in the withdrawal system. Now this is example of production ordering Kanban system. Here the part number, part name, stock location to store, container capacity and the process which needs to be done on the production is mentioned. Now this is the exact how the withdrawal system and the production Kanban system work. This is the production line. Your black line depicts the material flow while white line is the signal flow. From this machine center, the part is going to this machine center. So when it is coming to the second machine, that worker receives the withdrawal Kanban from his subsequent work center. So what he does, he just take the information and take the production Kanban system, put the withdrawal Kanban system for this machine center and take the production Kanban system from here to make the order for doing the subsequent operation in that product. All the movements throughout the factory is controlled by these Kanban. In addition, since the Kanban specifies the item quantity precisely, no defects can be tolerated. Means the worker who is subsequent to the next worker, he will not take the defective part. So the previous worker has to produce the quality product. Now I will explain the different processes in the Kanban system. The withdrawal Kanban system, as it reaches to the output area of previous stage, the worker brings that Kanban to the store location of the previous level. There should be a situation when the material is available, or the material can be ordered for 1 hour inventory or 2 hour inventory. After comparing and matching the parts required on the production ordering Kanban system with the withdrawal Kanban card, the worker removes the production Kanban from the container and places the withdrawal Kanban. This now Kanban will be taken by the previous worker, and the removed production Kanban is placed on the production Kanban system. The production at the previous work center starts when the post for production Kanban contains the specified number of the production Kanban system. The material at the previous work center, which has just been tagged with the withdrawal Kanban, is transported to the next work center. Now it is placed in this work center, and till the requirement production starts here. In this case, the production material requisition from the vendors, the work center releases the withdrawal Kanban at the time when the material is just needed from the vendor. Once the material reaches at the work center, worker checks the withdrawal Kanban, remove it and places it the withdrawal Kanban post. The material is used for production, now that material or for the next production or for the shipment. Now use of Kanban helps in minimization of work in the process inventory, because each time only those products are manufacturing that is mentioned in the Kanban card, so there is a minimization of work in process inventory. Similarly, elimination of overproduction. Since the worker is going to produce only those items which is required or which are mentioned in the withdrawal, so there is no question of overproduction. Elimination of defects, as I have earlier mentioned, that since all the workers are very cautious towards the quality, no one is going to take the defective part, so there is automatically elimination of defects. There comes the importance of auto-numation. What is auto-numation? In that the system must detect and highlight the defective items so that the problem that caused the defect to occur can be removed. The worker is not very interested in the defective part, he is more interested why the defective part is occurring. So he will try to reduce the problem which is causing the defect. Another aspect of this production system is the reduction of setup time. Machine and processes must be re-engineered so as to reduce the setup time required before the processing of new item can be started. Now there are some terms which are frequently used in JIT philosophy. I am just putting that addendum is a trouble light. In case of when there is a trouble, the worker put that light, that is called the addendum light, so that maintenance people will come and sort out the problem. Then comes the Zidoka. Zidoka is a type of a machine or a type of a workforce which automatically detect the defects. Then Muda is terms as a waste. Mura is unevenness production line. Muri is if something is going to produce in excess. Pokayaka, they are the foolproof machines or method so that there should not be any production mistake. Shojinaka is a type of a workforce which is flexible in nature. You can put anywhere from any production line to any other production line. They will be able to do the work efficiently. Soikufu is the thinking creatively, or some having the innovative idea or inventive idea. So in this Sokufu, the workers is encouraged to participate in the management meetings and to give the innovative or inventive idea so that the productivity can be improved. Now how we will say that lower inventory leads to better utilization of resources. First we take, suppose we have a higher inventory. What higher inventory does? It hides the real productivity problems. So the problem or the issue related to productivity improvement remain unsolved. If we have a lower inventory, then we have to find out real productivity problems. We will try to eliminate the problems, we will try to improve the inventory lines, we will also try to better capitalization utilization, we will try to better space utilization, we will try for better manpower utilization with less inventory. Now these are the basic elements of GIT system, that is, first is flexible resources, cellular layout system, tool production and the Kanban production control. We will take these systems one by one. In a small block production system, then comes the quick setup times, uniform production, reliable supplier network and the continuous improvement. Now we will say we have to minimize the wastage in the GIT system. Now what are the different types of waste which are included in the GIT system? First is watching machine. If a worker is simply watching how the machine is running, then there is a sheer wastage of his time as well as the management time. So when the machine is running, so there is no use of worker. That worker can be utilized into some other machine for setting up. Similarly, waiting for the parts. If the worker is waiting that part is coming, then he is going to work on that part, then he is wasting the time. Similarly, if 5 number is to be produced and he is counting 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then he is again wasting the time. So there should not be any sequence of counting or waiting or watching machine. Similarly, the overproduction is also termed as the wastage. Moving parts from one place to another place through a long distance. This means he is going to hamper all the workers. In a similar way, he is going to waste the time. So the machine should be situated in such a way that there should not be long distance from one machine center to another machine center. Then comes the storing inventory. They should not be placed any, since we are working on a inventory, low inventory, so inventory storage should not be there. Looking for tools, all the workers should place their tools in a synchronized manner, so there should not be any procedure or any sequence for looking out the tools. Machine background, total preventive maintenance will keep machine breakdowns away. Then rework is another type of waste that should be minimized. Therefore, it is said that if you are producing any extra item, that is as bad as you are producing one item less. Therefore, one item extra, even one item less, or one item producing one day earlier is also bad. Now what are the flexible resources? Multiple workforce, general purpose machine which can be utilized for any purpose, one man associated with the several machines, additional training to the workforce, then different type of attachment which can be utilized, which can be attached to a machine. Now cellular layout, which I have already explained to you, it is used to utilize the labor and machine more efficiently. Cell groups, dissimilar machines together to process the machine parts requiring the similar type of processes. Work normally flow in one direction. Setup times are reduced and the lot size are also reduced. Now pull system, in GIT we are adopting the pull system, and the worker is going back to the previous system so that he is pulling up the production from one previous center to his center. Then output has been taken from the previous work center to his center. So he knows that when to start and when to finish the work. Now pull production system. In this pull production system, this system forces the operation to work in coordination with one another. If there is no coordination, then the pull system cannot work, because the worker in first stage will go to the second stage and he is taking the product from the unfinished product from the previous center to the next center. Now these are the Kanban system we have already discussed. These are the Japanese Kanban system, and they correspond to the standard quantity of production or the size of container. This contains the basic information such as part number, brief description about the process, types of container, quantity per container. Now I will just explain that how you will calculate the number of Kanban required for a production. This is simply N is the number of Kanban we required, and this is a formula. This is called D into L plus S divided by C, where D is the average number of units demand over some period of time, L is the lead time, S is the safety stock, and C is the container. So if a manufacturer has to produce 250 parts and each container quantity is 30, previous work time is 25 minutes, and the safety stock is keep as 15%, then we will determine the number of Kanban like this, and number comes as a 4. Now what is the advantage of small lot production system? It requires less space, require less capital investment, quality problems are easy to be handled. These are the different types of lead time which are required to be considered, that is processing lead time, move time, waiting time, and setup time. Setup time I have kept in a red because it is the most important time which is required to be given due attention. Now the quick setup time means how you will change the setup within 1 minute. Uniform production, how you will go for accurate forecasting. For that you will need to go for regular market survey. Quality means no defective units, no rework, means you are not going to rework on a product. So if you are going to rework on that product, that means there is a wastage of time as well as wastage of resources. Work should be done in such a way that there should be no rejection of the parts, and a smaller lot size should be encouraged. So smaller lot size encourage the better quantity. So in GIT system we are more focusing towards the smaller lot size, and we also go for the 100% inspection. One simple defective item can hamper the whole production line, so we go for a zero defect. We also identify the source of the defects. Zidoka is used to stop the production line if we are not adhering with the quality. In just-in-time system, we are more focused towards the reliable supplier network. We are not focusing towards the number of suppliers. We are focusing only on those suppliers which can produce the quality product at the right time to the production line. So even Maruti, Hero Honda and other multinational companies are rationalizing their supplier base. They are more focusing towards a limited number of suppliers so that they should get the reliable product at reliable time. So there is a question that it is true that GIT inventory means by keeping the GIT philosophy we are pushing up the inventory towards the supplier, but this is not true. If our supplier is also, or the OEMs or original equipment manufacturer suppliers are also adopting the just-in-time philosophy, so therefore they will also adopt the just-in-time philosophy. So there is no question that this inventory is pushing towards the supplier. So in this way, in just-in-time we are focusing towards the continuous improvement. How? Through visual control, through Pokayake, and we have to involve the total employer. Means every employee should be involved from starting from the design to the management. These are the some steps for the visual control, that we have to make the problem visible. Instead of hiding the problem, we have to make the problem visible so that everyone should know that this is the problem and we have to solve that problem. Making the worker aware of their environment. Mean worker should know that what is his environment, where he is working, what are the different types of safety measures he should know. Maintaining clean and orderly workplace. So there are 5 steps in organization and tidiness of cleanliness and maintenance discipline. In this way, we are coming to the closure of this just-in-time chapter, which is from inventory and stores management of course. And in this topic today we have covered that what are the different types of characteristics of just-in-time, why we are using the just-in-time philosophy, or why it is needed. It is needed because we need to reduce the waste, we need to involve each and every worker, and it is more important to detect the problem due to which the defect is occurring, instead of counting the defective parts and passing on from one place to another place. And it is very important to smooth the production line. So today we have also learned that pull system is better than push system, and pull system is adopted in the just-in-time environment, where each worker takes the parts from the previous workers. So thus there is no excess parts are produced, no defective parts are produced, quality is maintained. In this way, just-in-time helps in improving the productivity.